It does smell so good. Oh, that's really good. Oh, you can definitely taste the smoky flavour. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Googie's Kitchen, and if you are new here then hello and welcome. My name's Alexis, and in today's video I want to share with you how to make my delicious barbecue chickpeas. As I just mentioned, today I want to share with you how to make my delicious barbecue chickpeas. So this recipe is really easy to do. So the first thing I have done is I've put a saucepan, and I'm going to put this onto a high heat on my hob, and then I'm going to add a little bit of oil to the base of the pan like so, and I'm going to leave the oil in the pan to heat up. The oil is getting nice and hot, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some onion to the base of this pan and fry it off. So I've peeled, sliced and diced just half an onion. So I'm making this recipe for myself today, but in the original recipe it does serve 4. So I'm making this as if I'm making it for 2 basically, and I'll probably freeze half the sauce. So I'm just going to pop half an onion, as I said, I peeled, sliced and diced, into the bottom of my pan, and I'm going to fry the onion now until it starts to go a golden brown colour. And while I'm frying this, I just want to say that if you love recipes like this one and you want to see more, then please feel free to hit that subscribe button, and also please let me know by hitting the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions or any comments then please feel free to leave them down below as well in the boxes, or whatever they are, the comment boxes I think. So yes, as I said, I'm just going to continue to fry the onion until it starts to go golden brown. That didn't take long at all. The onion has started to go a lovely golden brown colour. I have also turned my heat down slightly as well. And then I'm going to add to that 1 clove of garlic that I've simply just peeled and sliced. So I'm just going to pop that in as well. And I'm just going to fry that for a minute or so, just until you can start to smell it and it starts to go slightly golden brown on the edges as well. So the garlic has started to go slightly golden brown, as you can see there. That's just gone a lovely golden brown colour. So I'm going to add in peppers to this now as well. So I have chopped the top from a pepper, and I've removed the core and the stalk, and then I've just simply sliced and diced the flesh, and I'm going to add that in like so. And I am actually using only half a pepper today, because as I said, it's just me eating this, and the rest of the sauce that I make I will probably freeze. So I'm just going to fry the pepper off now until this starts to soften. I'm also going to add a little bit of water to the base of this pan as well, to stop everything from sticking basically. The pan is getting slightly too hot as well, so I just felt it needed a little bit of water there as well. And that water will also help to soften the red peppers as well. You don't have to have them too soft, because you're going to blend all of these ingredients once you've finished cooking them. So if you haven't got a lot of time and you want something really quick, then just fry it until it's sort of soft. But if you have got a bit more time, then I would suggest that you just fry it for a bit longer, until it really starts to soften, because it will make the sauce taste really nice then as well. So I'm just going to continue to fry this red pepper now. And then to that I'm going to add courgette. So I have peeled and grated 1 small courgette that I'm going to pop into the bottom of the pan. And I'm just going to fry this for a few moments, just to get some heat through it. As it's grated, it won't need too long in the pan to heat up. And it obviously doesn't need to soften either, because it is already quite soft. So I'm just going to continue to fry this for another moment or so. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to add some spices to the base of this pan. So I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. In the original recipe I said a teaspoon, but again, as it's just me having this, I've decided to halve all these spices as well. So I'm just going to put in half a teaspoon of ground ginger as well. And then I have some sweet cinnamon, so I'm just going to put a little bit of ground sweet cinnamon in here as well. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of dried mixed herbs to that. Well, that smells lovely already. And then I'm just going to put in a pinch of salt. Oh no, I'll do that in a moment actually. So I'm going to fry these off. It's always best not to add the salt and pepper until right to the end, because it can take out the moisture in the vegetables, and you do want the vegetables slightly moist as you're making a sauce with it. Sorry, the word moist is quite funny to me. A little bit childish there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my tinned tomatoes as well. And I'm just going to mix all of these ingredients together. And then I'm going to bring these to the boil now. And while these are coming to the boil, I'm going to go and get some bone broth to put in here as well. If you don't want to use bone broth, then you can always use chicken stock, or you could use vegetable stock as well. So I'm just going to turn the heat up, and I'm just going to bring this pan to the boil. It smells really good already. So I've just got a little bit of bone broth in here. So I've got about 50 mils or so of bone broth, and I'm just going to put that, pour that over, and again I'm just going to leave this to come to the boil, and then I'm going to leave it to simmer for about half an hour or so, and then hopefully when I come back it will look all jammy. So as I said, I'm just going to leave this to come to the boil. So as you can see, this has really come to the boil now, so I'm going to turn the heat down to a low heat, and I'm just going to leave it to simmer on the hob, and I'll just give it a stir occasionally, and once it goes all jammy, then I will take it off the heat and leave it to cool. The sauce has started to go jammy. So what I mean by jammy is the liquid sort of disappears and everything just looks like a jam in the bottom of the pan. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to leave it to cool. The sauce for the chickpeas has cooled, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into my blender, and I'm going to blend these ingredients together until they are smooth. I have to say it smells really nice as well. Sorry, the fan above is going off. I'm just going to turn that off. And as I said, I'm going to just blend all of these ingredients together. If I turn it on at the socket, which I have now, so yeah, blending. My saucepan back onto a high heat on my hob, and again I'm going to add a little bit of oil to the base of this pan, and once the pan heats up I'll add the chickpeas. So I've got about, sorry about that, about 50 grams of chickpeas. So I use dried chickpeas. If you haven't got dried, then you can use tinned. I would suggest probably about half a tin, or if you want to make this for 2, then a whole tin, and etc. If you want to make it for 4, then 2 tins. I have halved the ingredient, I've quartered the ingredients, sorry, of this dish. So I've only used about 50 grams of chickpeas. As I said, I'm just waiting for this pan to heat up, and then I will add the chickpeas in. So the pan is getting nice and hot, so I'm just going to add my chickpeas to the base of that pan, like so. I'm just going to fry them through for a little while, just to penetrate some heat through them, and then I'm going to add about half the sauce to them. And all I'm simply going to do for this dish is just have it with some bread, so I can now eat wholemeal sourdough. I did have a slight gluten intolerance a little while ago. I've actually discovered that I can eat wholemeal sourdough, which I'm really pleased about. So I'm going to have this with some bread, but you could have it with rice, you could have it with pasta if you wanted to. You could also eat it with couscous, quinoa, any grain, or a big piece of chunky white bread if that's what you fancy, then that will do as well. So those have heated through now, so I'm just going to add some of the sauce to this, and the rest of it I will put in the freezer for another occasion. So the great thing about this is you can make double of this recipe and freeze some of the sauce, and you can also freeze the chickpeas as well. all the ingredients in this dish are freezable. Obviously if you're making it with rice, then don't freeze the rice. But yeah, everything else is freezable. So I'm just going to stir these round now. And that is my dinner done, and I shall try a bit before I sign off because it does smell so good. So yeah, I'm just going to pour this into a bowl and try a bit. So I'm just going to try a little bit of this. So I'm just going to break off a piece of the bread and I'm going to dip it in. I'm just going to see what the sauce tastes like because it does smell so good. Oh, that's really good. Oh, you can definitely taste the smoky flavour, and as you eat there's a definite hint of spice in there as well, so that's really lovely. Oh, I'm looking forward to this for my lunch now. That's how you make my delicious barbecue chickpeas, and that recipe I will link in the description box below for you. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be having these for my lunch today, and they smell and taste so good, I can't wait. So for now, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please feel free to leave any comments below. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you all soon. Bye.